Today we are going to celebrate. And why is that, Hannah?
Because it's your last treatment.
I did my last treatment.
No more medicine.
I was about 12 weeks pregnant when I first found the lump. I didn't really think very much of it, but I did want to make sure it was okay. I thought, I have an appointment with my OBGYN in a few weeks. They said, it's probably nothing, but in the very off chance that it isn't, we should get an ultrasound scheduled. Once I got into that room and I saw their faces, I remember texting my family, I think something's wrong. Then a doctor walked in and he said, listen, it still could be nothing, but we gotta set up a biopsy right now. And I remember walking to my car and breaking down. I had a work meeting in 20 minutes. How am I gonna be able to work? And if I can't work, then how can I provide for my kids? And then I thought, oh my God, I'm pregnant. And not only does this affect me, but it very directly affects a baby that is growing. And is this going to mean that he's not gonna be okay? And if I have to go through all of this, it's very physical. You can see the changes, and certainly my daughter was going to notice. And how do I explain what's happening to a child? And how do I make her feel like the world isn't ending when I feel like the world is ending? Things moved very quickly. I got a biopsy. They noticed that there were some lymph nodes that were enlarged, so we biopsied one of those as well. And I had a diagnosis of triple positive breast cancer.
I cried a lot. It was the hardest day we've had in 14 years.
I met with a surgeon, an oncologist. The plan was to do one kind of chemo that does not cross the placenta, break to have a baby, and then finish with another form of chemo that I could not do pregnant. Being with Stanford made me feel a lot better. Everyone would get together and discuss holistically the best plan for me and for the baby.
Lauren's treatment plan was extremely complicated. We had to ensure that whatever we do will not put the fetus at risk, and at the same time maximize the chance of cure for Lauren. It required careful coordination and input of all the specialists: her obstetrician, neonatologist, breast surgeon, radiation oncologist, and medical oncologist.
When we met Dr. Lowe, I knew this is where we needed to be. He listened to her. He was very careful with her and what she needed, what Liam needed, and I was just confident from day one that they knew how to take care of her.
I remember having a frank conversation around 29 weeks pregnant, saying, you're not making it full term. I had that third round of chemotherapy. I wound up with extremely high blood pressure and an emergency C-section the next day. It was really, really scary. Honestly, at that point, I wasn't really concerned with myself. My concern was more about my child. Liam was born. He weighed 2 pounds, 11 ounces. We spent 5 weeks in the NICU, and for a period of time, you can't even hold him. It's just a very different way of welcoming a baby into the world. I marked June 7th, obviously, with such happiness. That date really was the beginning of what I consider my fight, because before that, it was all about fighting for Liam. I struggled very, very badly throughout the chemo process. Doctors and nurses and everyone were so supportive. One of the most persistent symptoms I had was dizziness, and it became a point of concern. There was potential metastasis to the brain. I was feeling so unwell that I was convinced that I was gonna die. I sat down and I wrote letters to my children so that they could remember who their mom was and how much I loved them. I just wanted to feel like I had some sort of legacy so that even if I physically was not there, especially my kids could feel my presence and could see who their mom was. I have not lived enough to be okay with dying. And more importantly, I have not lived enough with my children to know that they're going to be okay with me dying. And thankfully, there was not metastasis. And I think once I knew that, there was a turnaround in my outlook. I finished chemo September 7th. I was able to have a lumpectomy and then a sentinel node biopsy during surgery. Unfortunately, it was determined that I did have still metastasis in my lymph nodes. What was so impressive to me was that they were prepared immediately to do an axillary dissection, and it really made me feel confident in the choice of Dr. Ganta because she was prepared for any situation and really made sure that I was given the best care possible. I had 30 rounds of radiation. That's every single day for 6 weeks. It really affected my mental health. So I spoke with a social worker at Bennett Cancer Center, and she was the most thoughtful human being. She referred me to all of the holistic opportunities that Bennett Cancer Center offers. So I was able to do massage, Reiki, sound baths, cranial sacral therapy, the beautiful Inside and Out program, all of these things to try to help me find some sense of calm in the storm. I have always been close with my family and obviously with my husband. Every doctor's appointment, Dan was there. He came to every chemo, every emergency room visit. My family, they stepped up in giant, giant ways. My sisters flew in from different parts of the country. I basically moved in with my parents.
Our lives were turned upside down, and we did everything we could because she had a 5-year-old that needed to not be scared, and she had a newborn baby that was in the NICU and then at our house for months. I can't express to you how sad and scared we were. When you watch your daughter go through life-threatening situations, you kind of wish it was you.
Nobody prepares you for survivorship. I am so thankful to the Bennett Cancer Center. They acknowledge that it is another step towards wellness. That program really is what gave me my life back. Once you go through the unimaginable, I think it shifts your perspective. If there's a party, you're gonna see me at it. And I'm gonna be dancing, and I'm gonna be singing, and I'm gonna be making memories with my children. If we only have enough time in the day to take a bath or go get ice cream, we're getting ice cream.